Good morning, YouTube. That's Urban Cat. What's going on, Phil? No one here. Just you, brother. Just you. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes and let people join in, and I'll keep going. But since you're the first one, cheers to you. How are you doing, Phil? What's new in your world? You doing okay? Let me try out these earbuds and see if they will work a little bit better. How are you, Scott? All right, let's see. Hell yeah, happy hour with Red. Cheers, brother. Drinking with you. Awesome. Today's drink is Crown and Coke. Crown and Dr. Pepper, I should say. So just 2 or 3 drinks, that'll be enough to get me chill, get me relaxed. Can you hear me okay out there? Just saw you on and stopped in. All right, Phil. Cool. Can you hear me out loud and clear out there in the YouTube land, YouTube world? Yep, cool. Awesome. Yeah, so today's hump day. Let me get this little thing here. Today's beer is heavy. Okay. Imperial Stout. Imperial Stout. Okay, cool. I bet that's a dark beer. From judging from your being a Scotsman, I bet that's a dark beer. Yeah, so a couple things I want to talk about. Dark as oil, brother. Yeah, I just assumed. I was like, man, that sounds like a dark beer to me. That doesn't sound like a light beer or like ultra light or anything like that. So thick as sludge. I bet you can change oil with that. Use that as oil in your vehicle. And shit hits the fan, right? So that's cool, man. All right, so a couple topics I want to talk about. One's going to be talking about guns. Um, damn it. What else is I going to say? Damn, tasty beer. Okay, cool. Just Crown and Dr. Pepper for me. Crown and Coke, if you want to say. For me only right now. So just switching it up. I saw a video, and I'll have to kind of repeat this, but I saw a video earlier, or yesterday, I think, from Pop's Quest. I'm going to talk about Pops. I'm going to talk about that dude. He gets on my nerves. Just kidding. Pops made and there's only one of you out there, so Scotsman, this is going to be me and you. It's one-on-one chat, man. Until others join us. But Pops was talking about his IBA, ABC, whatever that competition shooting that he does, about possibly, does a better firearm make you a better shooter? And he was saying, I'd have to say yes. And, can't argue with him there. I think definitely the better firearm you have, the better shooter it would make you. It still is dependent on the actual shooter, the person behind it that has his eye on the sight. Just because you have a pair of Air Jordans doesn't mean you can jump off the floor and dunk it like Michael Jordan, right? But could it definitely help your performance? Got to put in the price. Exactly, Phil. Exactly. My thing says one person out there, so I don't know if it's you or Scotty, the crazy Scotsman, but whoever's out there, you're listening. I'm talking. So, but he was talking about, does a firearm make you a better shooter? And again, I have to agree with him. But and then the other thing he was saying was he's at the point where he has firearms, guns that he does not really use. They just sit there. And that's a topic that I want to talk about is, do you have firearms that are just kind of sit on the shelf? Are you a gun collector or are you a gun shooter? Again, are you a gun collector or are you a gun shooter? And I've seen this play out with other people that I know here on YouTube and in real life. They get to the point where they're like, I got 7 AKs and 3 ARs, and, 5 pistols. I got every Glock 19, 17, 26, 27, Glock 30, whatever. Everything out there. But the thing is, you got 2 hands. At any one time, you're going to, and shit hits the fan, and whatever, you're going to probably carry minimum 2, at the most 2, maybe 3. You're going to carry a firearm of your choice, a rifle of your choice, whether it be an AR, AK, or shotgun, and you're going to carry a sidearm, which is a pistol. Do you really need that many firearms? And I know some people will say, well, I can afford them. Why not collect them? And there are certain collectibles out there, but I'm posing this question on you to ask yourself: at what point do you get that you say, I have enough firearms? And some people will say, well, you can never have enough. Because I even question, like, how many shotguns do I need? How many pistols do I need? Granted, I probably don't have the amount that some of you guys out there have, but I would really question, at what point do you say, I have a couple of pistols, a couple of shotguns, a couple of rifles, and that's about as much as I can do, Let me read some of your comments here. Darkest Oil, Love, good, damn taste of beer, got to put into practice. I have to say yes due to machine tolerance, tighter practice. I have a safe cleans. I collect but shoot all my guns. 50 rounds a year. Got to shoot them. Never. Phil said never have an opportunity to get one of the first. And if you're a gun collector and you like that kind of stuff, then there's nothing wrong. But I get what Pop is saying. Pops is just saying, he's getting it to the point as an individual, it's choice, that he's tired of seeing guns just sit on the shelf. Just seeing guns that just sit there and he doesn't shoot them. For him, it's like, I don't want firearms that are just going to sit on the shelf. Granted, there's going to be a few that are just like, I've had these guns forever. They're going to stay in my safe. I'll shoot them every once in a while. But at what number do you get to the point you say, I got 7 guns in the safe that I never shoot? They're just gun collectors. At what number do you just say, enough is enough? Or I'm at 15, I'm at 20, I'm at 30, I'm at 50 guns that I rarely shoot, but I own them. And it's like, to me, it's like owning cars. There's only so many you can drive. At what point do you just say, look, I got like 20 cars here, trucks, BMWs, Mercedes. At what point do you say, I don't need this many vehicles? I mean, unless there's just a sentimental value there, maybe, but otherwise, just saying, what, I own like 15 Mercedes. Go, get in there. Hold on, guys. Little dog. But at what point do you just say, I don't need that many guns, and at some point I need to move them so that I can get the guns that I really want. I hate to sell them. Phil, one of my closest relatives, my cousin, he used to tell me, I don't sell guns, I buy them. And now he's in a position where he doesn't really buy any guns because he can't afford it. And that's just reality check. I know that some people say, Max, some people just say, you know, hate to sell them, and I get it, but at some point in your life, you're going to get to the point where you're just like, I can't shoot guns. I'm physically not able to. Own a couple, yeah, here and there. You keep what you can shoot, or if you decide, hey, I want to pass them on. I'm not arguing that it's a bad thing to have guns that you're never going to shoot, but just ask yourself, just at some point when you're ready, ask yourself, is this a gun that I really need to be owning at this point? So 20 or so he is selling. Yes. Damn. Really? 6 safes. That's freaking crazy, man. I mean, at what point do you just say, you know, it's ridiculous? I mean, and and I would get it if you were like an avid shooter of all guns, or you know, had a store that you owned, and you're like, yeah, I got like 6 guns, 6 safes full of guns. Some of them I'm keeping forever. Some of them I'm just kind of trading as I go along. But at what point do you get that you say, you know, it's just, hey, Bizza, I'm here. Just got home from doing the OCH at the gym. Who? Biz Pump. Biz Jersey Shore, man. Jersey. What was that? Gym Laundry something? GTL, or what they used to say on the Jersey Shore? Gym Tan Laundry or something? GTL? Yeah. Gym Tan Laundry. That's you, Bizza. GTL is pub. They go to the club. Guido. That's what it is. Guido. Bizza. Are you Italian, Bizza? Are you a little bit Italian in you? You look like Jersey Shore to me a little bit. So anyway, yeah. So that was one of the topics I wanted to talk about as far as just OCH equals Operation Chunky to Hunky. Oh, okay, gotcha. Cheers. What else did I want to talk about? I saw a video earlier from Irish, like Bernison. He doesn't really put out videos. Not gonna knock the guy. I'm not. You know. I'm not the biggest fan of Irish, but you know he does what he does. He does his thing. But you know he did bring up a kind of a topic that I was thinking about, and that is, and he said Land Dog 76 or Land Run something. I don't know who the hell he was talking about. If you guys know who that channel is that he's referring to, let me know. Because I tried to do a search for the topic about. He said he wanted to do a response to YouTubers that have died, and it made me think about like past YouTubers that are no longer really on YouTube or rarely make videos on YouTube. That we all have friends, um, you know, that we made friends with, or they just kind of disappeared. It was like Land Run. It sounded like you said Land Dog 76 or something, but I don't know who the hell he was talking about. Land Run 89. I think I found him and Land Run 76. But not Italian, oh, Irish and Dutch. Okay, gotcha. All right, cheers to the Irish. But yeah, anyway, Irish, Hibernian, whatever. Hibernian, he's been around a long time. Doesn't make videos that much anymore. Um, you know, I know his fan base has changed or whatever. But like I said, he brought up a good topic about, or just said, you know, past YouTubers that have died or whatever. And I thought, man, do you know any YouTubers out there that maybe you were sub to and they just kind of disappeared? And you're like, man, what the hell happened to that person or that channel? You know, why'd they go away? Let me check a message here on my phone, and then I'm going to go in and get a refill of my drink so I can stay buzzed. And, let me see here. Checking some messages, guys. Hold on. And, but do you know anyone out there that you were sub to that are just not around anymore, or that have died, and you're thinking, man, I remember that channel was pretty awesome, or they were great, or they fell from grace, and they just got called out or whatever. I could think of a couple channels, but I won't go and say every freaking channel I know. Has anyone out there had a chance to check out the Cobra Kai series on YouTube? The first 2 episodes are free, and then it makes you sign up if you want to see the whole season. I want to see the whole thing because the first two, they had a lot of reference from the '80s, which I thought was pretty cool, and just funny stuff that if you grew up watching the Karate Kid or you saw the Karate Kid back in the '80s, it's just a reflection. Like, yeah, I remember that song, or I remember that car, or I remember that line from the previous Karate Kids. It was pretty funny. Um, it's just one of those movies that you kind of just sweep the leg, yeah. Um, it's one of those movies that just stays embedded in your head, like the movies from the '80s, the Lethal Weapons, the Die Hards, the Commando, not the Commando, but Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger, um, Rambo series of movies, Iron Eagle 1. I remember going to the movies and seeing that. Man, it was like freaking awesome. I mean, and the action movies back then, they were not PC correct. They were not politically correct. They weren't worried about offending people or saying like, oh, you can't say that or whatever. And I know the times are different, but those were just good times. The way they made the movies, it was, some of it was kind of cheesy if you think about it, but it was pretty freaking cool. And that was back then when there was not a gun issue. There was not this whole thing that have been, anti-gun protesters or like anti-Second Amendment owners. It was just a different time. It was a fun time, the '80s, and if you lived through them, they were great. I think I was still young. They weren't really. That wasn't really my generation, but I was born in the '70s, so I got to see a lot of the older kids back then really live in that time. I think mine was like toward the end of the '80s when I really would consider that was my generation time. But, the rock songs back then, that just weren't what they are today. Do you remember MTV? I remember when MTV came out, it was like freaking awesome. Like, they're playing music videos on MTV. Like, what the hell? Uh, just a different time, different generation. It was like, just fun times. And I always think about, hey, Pops, I was talking about you earlier. I don't know if you caught it or not, but if not, I'll kind of give you a recap. Having some Crown and Coke right now. But the '80s were good times, man. They were just, um, they were times that they were simple times. They were not politically correct. What the hell did you say about me? Okay, let's do a recap for Pops. I was saying to the guys earlier that were watching that I saw a video from Pops Quest, and he was talking about the IBC, ABC matches that you do, whatever that's called, right? But you said something that made me think about other YouTubers out there that I know, or people personally that I know about. You're getting tired of seeing guns just sitting on the shelf. That you're at the point where if you're not shooting those guns, then you need to do something with them or apply them, meaning sell them, so that you can apply them the monies toward guns that you will shoot or that you would like to shoot or own. And I thought that was a good topic to start off with, about just that at what point, and this is something that I told the guys earlier, is that this is something every gun owner or gun shooter needs to ask themselves. I think, in my personal opinion, you need to ask yourself, at what point do you stop buying guns just to have them on the shelf? At what point do you just say, hey, am I a gun collector or am I a gun shooter? Am I a gun collector or am I a gun shooter? And I think you've already answered that question. You are a gun shooter. You're tired of seeing, granted, there's going to be a couple of guns. I know you have a lever action rifle that you just like, I'm never going to freaking sell it. I get it. There's a couple that you're just going to keep forever. They have sentimental value, or they have value that you want to cash in on it later, I get it. If that's a couple guns here and there. But when you're talking 15, 20, 30, 50 guns that are in shelves, and the crazy Scotsman was saying that he has a customer that has 6 gun safes full of guns. To me, that's ridiculous. To me, that's like, do you need that many guns? You know, yep, I think I got 2 sold today, 3 go, and maybe more. But never my Glocks, LOL. Next. But, you know, I get it. Some people just like to collect guns. And to me, it's like, beep, you got 2 hands. How many guns can you shoot? And at any given time in the SHTF or at the IBC, ABC matches you go to, how many guns do you really shoot? You shoot a rifle, pistol, a sidearm, maybe a shotgun. 3-gun match. It's not a 15, it's not a 20-gun match. And the thing is, I think, Pops, where you're at is you want to kind of harness and perfect the guns that you shoot for those competitions. I think that's where your mindset is like, okay, great, I want to better my skill, I want to better my game. In order to do that, I need to buy the best firearms out there. And that was the other thing I was talking about earlier, was that I think you posed a good question is, does a better firearm, pistol, rifle, make you a better shooter? I think yes. That's just my opinion. I don't do what you do, but I also think it's the person behind the firearm that has the eye on the sights or the scope to shoot, to make that gun shoot where it needs to shoot, which takes practice. Again, nothing wrong with collecting some guns. I just think that every gun owner should ask themselves at some point, when is enough enough? When is, you know, I'm to the point where I'm like, I got several Glocks. I got every Glock caliber, every Glock make on the shelf. Do I need 2 of each one? Do I need 10 shotguns? Do I need 5 ARs, 5 AKs? To me, the answer is no. 2 or 3 of each one, definitely. I'm all about backup. 2 pistols, 2 shotguns, 2 ARs, 2 AKs. If you can afford it, great. Do you need several of AKs, several ARs, several shotguns? No, I don't think you do. If you can afford it and you're just like, hey, I got money coming out of my ass, I'll own it. Okay, more power to you. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Hang on, guys. Let me check something here. All right. I'm going to go get a refill. Talk among yourself. Don't leave. Pops, come on. Just hang out for a little bit with me. I'm going to put some music on. I'll be back. Okay? Let me think of the next subject to talk about. I'll be back.
Feel the energy running over me like a ball from the sky. Go another round in another town. I strike and then I'm gone. I'm a high octane hurricane. Let's get it on.
All right, intermission time. All right, so let me read some of the comments here. Cheers, everyone else that has joined us. Hey, Boss, Phil, hope it's all well. Oh, 2, Scotsman. Video, got to run. Okay, Phil, got to run. Do we? It's like intermission, LOL. Hell yeah. Tommy, Mr. Tommy, howdy. So anyways, like I said, you know, just talking about the gun thing, or talking about you earlier, Pop. So I know you don't mind, because you know I'm a good guy, and I ain't going to talk bad about you. No clickbait here needed, or no likes or whatever. What else? was talking about the Karate Kid. I don't know if any of you have seen the Karate Kid, the Cobra Kai series on YouTube. I saw the first two. They were free. Red always got to be going on. Oh, thanks, Tommy. Thank you, brother. I try, man. I try. I'm at the humble stage of my life, you know. I know it's all good, Red. I always appreciate. Yeah, you know, it's all about being honesty with you, honest, an honest person, and you know, when somebody knows you or that you consider to be a good friend can be honest with you and say, "Hey, man, your shit stinks," or "Hey, man, that wasn't fucking cool." That is a good friend when they're honest with you. They don't just like, yeah, you know, they just say, you know, that's cool, or yes. They're not a yes sir, yes man type of person. They're like, hey, I'm your friend. You know, I'm not doing this because you're giving me shit for free or you pay for my drinks. But that shit wasn't cool, man. That's not cool, pops. That is a good friend, and I would hope that any of you would be honest with me when I'm out of line or I say shit that's like, hey man, that's not correct, or that's actually not true, Red, or that wasn't fucking cool, man, what you did. You know, let me know, and I will be the first. I will tell you, I'll be the first to say I was wrong, and I apologize. I have nothing wrong with that. Which leads me to my next subject. Thank you for bringing that up. Let me see what business said. Red was that a double A or triple A baseball? No, it was minor league. I'm not up to date on the double A, triple A, whatever. I thought you asked me about batteries, but minor league baseball. And that stadium is the same stadium that they filmed Fear the Walking Dead, which is in Round Rock, Texas. That's about as much as I'll tell you. But it was the actual stadium that they filmed. And the funny thing was, there was a roll. There was the row behind us. One of the persons that was behind us, that was sitting behind my cousin. He, Fred, you cool, bro. Oh, thanks, Scotsman. Was telling my cousin that his wife was an extra of one of the zombies that was filmed in the parking lot there, one of the scenes or whatever. When I guess the zombies raided. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. He said that the zombies raided the baseball stadium, and I'm assuming that we all know that's going to happen. But he was showing my cousin pictures of his wife, saying, "Yeah, that she was an extra." So I thought that was cool. But anyway, about being honest, when people are wrong, it seems like it's very hard for people to admit their faults or say, you know what, I was wrong, I apologize. And that's one of the things I've always tried to be at as a person, as a human being, as a coworker, a friend, a family member, a loved one, whatever, a brother, a father, is be honest with myself. Be honest with myself and say, sometimes I'm going to fly off the cuff and sometimes I'm going to say shit that just coming from my heart. But then after I think about it, I'm thinking, maybe that wasn't cool. Maybe that was a little harsh. Maybe my intentions were in the right place, but I probably could have handled that a little bit better. I've always been mindful of that. And I will say when I'm wrong, but like, hey, I wasn't wrong, but the way I handled it, that was wrong. And then I'll say I said it because I care or because you pissed me off or whatever. And there's times where I'm just wrong. I'm just flat out wrong. I will say I'm wrong, and you're right, or that's not cool. I should have handled that different. And my wife, she'll call me out. Believe you me, um, she'll give me that look that a woman gives a man, like you done pissed me off, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm like I done fucked up. So yeah, mutual respect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, what else? There was something else I wanted to talk about with you guys. Nothing too serious. Um, Mother's Day's coming up. Any plans? You guys have plans for your wives or your mother? Are you doing something in honor of your mother if she's no longer here? Let me know. Let me know. Put it in the comments there and we'll talk about it. Uh, Days to come, man. Days to come. And yeah, I don't know if you saw my last video. I did the Wonder Woman swing. That thing sold like that, man. So somebody bought it here within a day or two that I posted it. Um, so they wanted it, and I was going back and forth. And generally, I try to get customers to come my way, but I will occasionally say, you know what? I'll make a trip that way. Working overtime Sunday. Oh man! Don't forget about the moms. Your baby's mama, or your mom, or someone's mom out there, or your aunts or sisters or whatever. Be sure to tell them Happy Mother's Day. Even just saying the words Happy Mother's Day, they appreciate that. They like that kind of stuff. Um, but the swing that I saw, the Wonder Woman swing, I posted it. Somebody wanted it. Kind of went back and forth a little bit. I was like, you know what? I'll make a trip that way, that to that town where I'm going to sell it. And I told my wife, I was like, hey, I'm gonna sell the swing this weekend. I told the lady I'd go her way. Let's just go over there. We'll go out of town to that, and we'll find something to eat, breakfast, whatever. But just kind of a treat date. I got some cash in my pocket. Just see what the wife wants to do. Could I buy a box of ammo, another knife? Sure, but I think it'll just kind of be kind of going out date money, or whatever. Ain't a whole lot of money, but it's enough for definitely a nice breakfast or lunch, or maybe go to the bar and just have a couple drinks or whatever, and just chill. So let's see. They are. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Tommy. Mm. Um, Speaking of getting old, um, my grandfather. I think he's at the point where he's starting to see everything like things are coming to an end. No, he's still living. He's still kicking. He's still doing his thing. But I think he even realized he sees the writing on the wall. Like, none of this shit matters anymore. So I'm just going to enjoy each day. Got to keep pushing through. And, you know, I think he sees that. He knows that. And, you know, I mean, you come full circle when you really can think about everything you've done in your life, where you've been, what you've done, who you've been with, your family, your kids, your job, your career, retirement. When you, I think you come full circle when you realize like the end is near. However that end is, if you're just old age, if you have some type of illness, cancer, or the doctor says, "Hey, you got 3 months to live, 5 months." I think you've come full circles when you realize, like, you know what, I'm going to reflect on my life now, and you realize that everything, the king of the castle, everything you look around, you're like, I own that, that's mine. Those cars out there, those guns in my safe, those all those several pair of boots that I have over there, and you realize like this shit is going to stay behind, and I'm gonna go 6 feet under. Then I think you've come full circle with your life. Tommy, you still celebrate? Oh, that's cool. Yep. Cheers, Tommy. But I think as a person, you definitely complete a chapter. What's up? Is your six covered? Rick, is your six covered? That's how TR Purple talks. Rick, is your six covered? Always sounds like he's drunk when he says your name, brother. Mr. Root Man. Yeah, Mr. Root Man. I was watching your video on the analogy you were giving about it, and I was trying to sit there thinking, I was trying to process it. I was trying to say, what the hell is he saying? What's the point he's trying to make? I'm like, that's not a good analogy. So thinking, come on, Six. Come on, Rick. You can come up with better than that. It's out. Oh, cool. Definitely want to see that video. You're saying that I bet you that was a lot of work. If you did it manually, it was bad. I'm sure it was. When it's funny. It's not funny, but a tree is like an iceberg in the ocean or whatever. You always see the tip of it, but you don't realize the bottom how huge it is, right? And you think, okay, I'm gonna chop that down and maybe go a little bit layers. But when you start digging and you see all those roots coming to the house and going there, and before you know it, man, you're thinking, what the hell? Like, this is really implanted into the ground. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. I think I did that one time to a tree, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this thing. No, I was like, I gave up, man. I was like, I didn't have the machinery. I wasn't gonna attempt to try to like chop up, continue, because it just seemed like it just went on forever. I'm like, this tree's been here for years and years, and it's planted so many roots that it can be bad because especially close to the house. Like I have a tree right, you kind of see it right there in the background. That tree, I'm looking right now. I'm seeing the roots, how it's coming up close to like the concrete patio, and over there, I'm thinking, you know, it can be bad because if it hits your house, it's a pipe. It can get under the house, start making it crack the foundation. That's not cool. That's not good, man. That's a lot of work. Brother-in-law, he has a backhoe. Probably saw. Yeah, backhoe will do it. You need machinery for that kind of stuff, man. Like Midas Welby always says, if you have the right tools, the video was bad, LOL. The video that you made of the analogy or the video that you filmed taking out the tree stump? Which one, Six? Which one are you talking about? Midas Welby. Yeah, Midas Welby always says, he's learned over time through private conversations that me and him have that he's learned that having the right tools to do the job is the key. Uh, it makes a job a lot easier when you have the right tools for the actual project. If you're trying to use a handsaw back and forth, if you're trying to knock out something with a hammer that would be so easier with the saw, big difference, man. You save yourself a lot of time, energy, work, hassle, headaches if you have the right tools. Probably both. Analogy. Oh, okay. Yeah, Six. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was a bad analogy. I think you're a great guy, but that was a bad analogy. So, because I kept waiting for the punchline. I was like, what is he getting at? What is he getting at? I kind of think I know what he's talking about, but it's like that doesn't go with that analogy, the tree and the shooting and all that. But I got your point, brother. I got your point. So I'll give you an A for, or no, an E for effort. I'll give you an E for effort. So, well, guys, you have anything else going on? Anything else you want to talk about? Throw it out in the comments. I'll chat about it. My wife says I talk too much. She's like, man, people give you a subject and you just like start talking. He only made the video so he could take a break. That's true. Keep up the good work, brother. We forgive you since you travel too. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Rick, I hope that the fire department pays you well because to me, that's just, I mean, there's people that live in my city or the city that I live close to that travel sometimes from other cities to the city that's closest to me. And to me, that is freaking crazy. You travel from one end of the United States to the other for work. That shit is crazy to me. Like, I hope they pay you well, and I hope it's worth it for you to fly all the way back to Kami, California for 3 or 4 days or whatever you do, and then fly back for 3 days off, 4 days on, 3 days off, whatever. Because to me, that's insane. Like, who does that? But I know you're probably at the end of your retirement, and I can understand why you like, hey, I want to break it up. I want to keep doing it. 8 on, 16 off. Oh, wow. Wow. 8 on, 16 off. Really? Hey, all the respect to you for what you do, sir. Um, yeah, I mean, you put your time in, you earned it. Firemen in California make a shitload of money. Yeah, the thing is, we have a lot of Californians that come here. Nothing against Californians, but some of them Californians, they get them a goddamn nerves. They just, the way they think, they're just trendy and just tight jeans and everything has to be so coffee shop and uppity up. That we have a lot of those Californians that come to Texas. And what's happened is in the last several years, a lot of Californians have cashed out where they lived at and realized that the money they got for the houses they sold, they come to where I'm at and they're able to buy 2 or 3 homes for what they sold over there. So, or their jobs transferred over here. They're making a killing. Max, shh. They're making a killing because they're like, man, it's just cheaper. Even though the cost of living has gone up in the area where I'm at, they still they like the area, they afford it. That they've actually driven up the market where I'm at, and the housing is like getting to the point of unaffordable for a lot of native Texans that live in this area. They had to move out to the outskirts. They don't want to move because their job. They have actually hurt the living conditions of the native Texans that live in this area because they've driven up the market because people have caught on that they're coming here from, LA, from not LA, but from California in general, and they're buying up homes or they're changing the market, which is good for the economy, but it's not good for people that were born and raised here. Let me read some comments here. Hello, yes, Bragg. Sign me up. I'll do it for $8. I know, right, Pop? Right, Bizza? I would forget my damn job in 16 days. Exactly. Be like, what? Quiet. Hey. Shh. Quiet. True story. I once burned down 3 acres of the lighter. They ain't arsonists. It's just shit. Man, local. Damn, Bizza. Yeah, arsonists for sure. But yeah, so that's crazy. But hey, I guess it's worth it if you got to work for 8 days and then you get 16 days off. It's like, who does that? What other job allows you to do that? So, I think the laws of limitation have expired on business, so it's okay to talk about it. So, anyway, it's been a good day. It's middle of the week, hump day. I'm going to catch the news here in a little bit. Same shit. Middle East. The headlines are always about Trump, the Middle East, which that shit goes on and on forever. And Iran, Iraq, Israel, back and forth, back and forth. I think the North Korea thing has just died out. I think that's over with. That's not. We're not going to war with North Korea. I think he's smart enough and he's kind of chilled out. So isn't Big Johnson chat on? I don't know if it is or not, but I'll be into mine pretty soon. So you can go over there and go check out his stuff. Bruise Burner, LOL. I know. To be honest with you, I don't really check out Big Johnson's chat because he doesn't invite a local Texan on his chat. But no, I get it. I'm not an avid shooter like he is. I don't get all giddity about the latest greatest CZ shit. And I don't talk about let's do a gun check at 12, at 15, at 30, at the 45, at 20, at the 15. I'm turning Kydex. I'm just messing with Big Johnson. So I love him. He's a local Texan brother, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. So gun check at the 15, at the 20, at the 10, at the 12, at lunchtime. Some guys get too deep into the guns. I'm thinking, I think Ray needs another drink. I'll go get another one here in a little bit. I gotta pace myself, Scotsman. I'm out of this Crown and Coke, man. It's like it'll do it for me. I've been drinking the Irish liqueur. I've been drinking some coconut rum, pina coladas. I don't know why I got into that recently, but I have. And then every once in a while, I'll do the bourbon. I'll do the whiskey. But I think just because it's summertime, I'm getting back into the drinking thing. But next month, I'm going to give you guys a pre-sneak peek. Next month, which is June, we're taking a little couple days off. We're going to go out to onto the river. You guys that have been friends of mine, or as Pops say, he doesn't say, don't call them subs, or call them friends. Subs of mine, I've done, we've gone tubing on the Frio, which is always cool, always nice. The water's cool, man. Also, we do here in Texas, man. We do that in the South. We're the South. Not South Carolina, Georgia, and all that. We're the true South, Texas. And dinner's ready. Peace. All right, Pops. Have a good one, man. I'm about to go have dinner too. But yeah, next month we're going to go to one of the rivers here in Texas, Central Texas. Well, not Central Texas. Close to the Frio, but not the Frio. And yeah, that'll be good. So I'm going to definitely catch some footage of that. I told my wife I'm going to make sure I get my different drinks I'm going to drink. And every night I'm just going to be like, I'm not going to get hammered, but every night I'm just going to drink. I'm just going to enjoy my days. I'm going to drink coffee in the morning and just beer during the day, and then at night maybe drink some liquor or something. But I'm just going to enjoy it, man. I want to live it up. Enjoy the next month. We'll be on one of the rallies. Max. Sorry. Shit. There's a dog going by, so he's going crazy. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this chat, guys. And thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Dogs have got loud. So have a good one. Red out. Peace.